That Zen life is whole health, wellness, and healing.
That Zen life is definitely recovery.
That Zen life es comunidad.
That Zen life is self-care.
Zen life is support.
It's a lot of us taking care of everybody else except taking care of ourselves. And that's what I saw myself doing. I saw myself taking care of my kids. I was workaholic. I was taking care of my husband. I was taking care of my friends. I was taking care of my grown kids. And I wasn't taking care of me. I needed to change my life. I didn't want to live in fear anymore. I didn't want to worry anymore. I didn't want to live in panic or anxiety anymore. I wanted to make sure that I got back to who I really was, which was I'm happy, I'm joyful, I'm peaceful, I'm loving, I'm sassy, and I'm fun. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody. I don't care who you are, what you're going through. When you are going through something and you're in the trenches of it, you feel like nobody else is going through what you're going through. And I promise you that is not true.
My approach is empowering because it allows them to come to the realization that they have the expertise to self-heal their mind, their body, and their spirit.
But I believe that self-care is essential. So at the end of the day, when you are thinking about the fact that you are taking the kids to their practice and you are making sure that dinner's on the table and you are making sure that you're making ends meet so that you can come home and take care of your family, you're taking care of everybody else but yourself. You very rarely take the time out. People very rarely take the time out to say, you know what, I'm going to set this time aside to take a mindful walk. I'm going to take this time aside to just have a moment of solitude. And we all need that at least 10 minutes per day.
Hey, welcome. Hey, Simon.
Hey there. Good morning.
So, welcome everyone to Wellness Wednesdays, brought to you on behalf of That Zen Life Wellness Foundation. And my name is PerCilla Zeno. I am the Healing Partner. I'm also the author of a book called I Am Healing: The 7 Secrets to Wellness and Self-Care. And I'm here with my co-host Simon, the Mindful Ambassador.
Hi, I'm Simon Timm. I'm the Mindful Ambassador. I'm also the author of the book Introduction to the Self-Salutation: How to Resolve Negative Emotions Through Mindfulness Meditation, which is about to be released coming up very soon. So we're very excited about that. And I'm thrilled to be here with you again this Wednesday, PerCilla. How are you doing? How is everything?
Well, I'm trying to, get back into the flow of things since I hurt my leg, but it's going good. My leg is getting better. But
Glad to have you back.
Thank you. I'm so grateful to be here with you today because I really wanted to. If there was anybody I knew that you would be the person, the go-to person to have this conversation with about like the things that we don't have control over, and how we are and how we're managing that. So here's my skinny on this whole topic. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So here's the deal. I'm so irritated, and this is how I kind of came up with all of this. I'm so irritated about the things that are going on right now. We have, and listen, I tell people all the time, I am a retired Navy wife, so I'm always in support of my country. However,
Yeah.
I don't like it, it just infuriates me to see the amount of things that are going on that's happening right now. We had pardons for people who were clearly criminals. Okay.
Come on.
I mean,
That's not what the pardon is for.
Right. Right. So it's like, but we don't have control over that. We don't have control over that. The other thing is, it makes me upset because literally I got pulled over for a speeding ticket. Clearly, they're going to make sure that I pay my court fines. They're going to make sure that I pay my fees. They're going to make sure that, I go to the full extent of the law. I'm looking at some other people that are going through, legal issues with, whatever. They're going through legal issues. But at the end of the day, what's happening is they're not getting off. They're not getting off because they know someone, and when you have things like this happen, all right, it can affect us with regards to, our constant sort of, racing thoughts about what's going on in the world, and then what we're doing for ourselves, and what we can control for ourselves. So I don't want to go into this full rant, but I'm so I'm so sick and tired of, worrying about, like, okay, if my son has to go to court, or if, I have to go to court about something, and I'm like, trying to hire a lawyer, and we got our country, we're pardoning people that don't need to be pardoned.
That should never be pardoned. Yeah. It's so horrific. It's such a, the idea of pardoning is to equal out justice, so that if the court system fails to do proper justice is, the president, it's a part of a balancing. It's not meant to, get your friends off the hook.
Right. So it's like, so I was so concerned about this traffic ticket that I have, and
horrible.
I basically was like, okay, I need to really focus on trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. If I'm gonna need a lawyer, because it's a speeding ticket. Doing a 76 and a 55. That's the speeding ticket. Doing 76 and a 55. So, but when I'm calling around and I'm talking to these attorneys, they're all like, yeah, you can get this and you can get fined. And I was thinking, man, what if I was one of those people who didn't have the money to get an attorney? Like, what if I was one of those? I would probably I might be doing some time for reckless driving. And mind you, I'm not condoning reckless driving. I'm not doing that. What I'm saying is that at the end of the day, we get hounded for the little things. And in the big world, we have people getting off for major things. That is something that I can't control, but it's something that literally I kind of have racing thoughts about. I've had racing thoughts about, rather, that I've been so pissed about. And I'm just like, how do I kind of get past this? Like, I gotta like stop worrying so much about this, because there are other issues too that we do that with, right? There are other things that we do that with regard to
absolutely. 100%. Yeah. Like keep going, spinning on, because I mean, I could rattle off a list of other things that have gone on in the last couple of weeks if you wanted me to.
Right. So it's like, what do I do about the things that I don't have control over? Because we got this election coming up. Well, not coming up. We had the election in Georgia. They're still counting the ballots, I think, right? I haven't checked.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you? Is
That's
that
right.
right?
Well,
So-
they've declared one of them.
They have?
Yeah. Raphael Warnock is the winner. He beat Loeffler. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah, one down, one to go.
One down, one to go. Okay, so
and he's ahead. Asaf is ahead.
Okay. So, at the end of the day, again, we can only control the thing that we have control over, but sometimes when we're dealing in situations that we don't have the control over, how do we stay kind of in control? That is, what I was thinking of is like, all right, I don't have control over the fact that, these people got pardoned, but yet I'm being hounded for this freaking speeding ticket. I'm gonna have to go and stand before a judge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then we got this major stuff that people are freaking getting off with. Like, it's just, it's insane to me. But I need to be able to stay in control of what I don't have control over. Even though, and so what I wanted to do is I wanted to share some things that I have been literally doing some research over with regards to things that I can do better on with regards to kind of staying in control over the things that I don't have control over. Now, this can help a lot of people, not just with my situation. I don't look at it just from the standpoint of people getting pardoned. I also look at it from the standpoint of, as a parent, if you have a child that's going to jail, okay? At the end of the day, you don't have control. You don't have control over the fact that you don't get to say that your child can't go to jail. But you do have control over, what your mental state is, your anxiety, how you're going to help, if you choose to help, that sort of thing.
Sure.
Or, what? Your kids, your significant other. I'm sure that there's something, right?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about these 6 points, and the very first point that I'm going to talk about is determine what you can control. So kind of like figure out what you can control. So when you find yourself kind of worrying, and we have to kind of take a minute to examine the things that we can control and at the end of the day, we can't prevent a storm from coming, right? But we can prepare for the storm. We can't control how someone else, is going to behave, but we can control how we act. So if we recognize that sometimes that all that we can do is just control our effort and our attitude, we can put less energy into the things that we can't control and more energy into what we can, so that we can be more effective about what we want the outcome to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, figure out what's in your sphere that you can control.
Yes.
Which is not presidential pardons, unfortunately.
Right, exactly.
Not yet, but I do think you might consider that as a path for yourself, PerCilla. I think you would make a fine president. I'm just planting a seed there. I really do. I think you would do. I think you would have a great list of the people that really needed presidential pardons.
Exactly. A much better list than the list that we have.
Yes.
So now.
Thank you, David. That's right. 2024. PerCilla Zeno.
Right. Okay. So moving on to number 2, focusing on, figuring out, focusing on your influence, just zooming in on your influence. So we can influence people and circumstances, but we can't force things to go our way. So while we can kind of give our kids the tools that they need, to have better grades, we can't make them have a 4.0 GPA. It just doesn't happen. We can plan 10 million parties, but we can't make people have fun at the party that we just planned. So So to have the most influence, we just have to focus on kind of changing our behavior and being a good role model and setting healthy boundaries for ourselves, so that when we have concerns about, someone else's choices, share our opinions, but not like drill it into them. Like, share your opinion once, but don't try to fix people who don't want to be fixed. And at the end of the day, I can drill down, but who's listening?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, you're just wasting so much of your own energy, fueling more of a sense of futility.
Yes.
It's focus on what's within your influence and really give yourself that.
Yes. And then number 3, which is identifying your fears. So, talking about, what you're afraid of, and asking yourself, what are you afraid of? Or what is it that you think is the worst thing that can happen? Like, are you predicting like a catastrophic outcome? Or do you doubt that like your ability to cope with your disappointment is going to be really hard? So usually like the worst case scenario isn't like as tragic as we think it could be. So if we can just, take the time to make sure that, as we're thinking about whatever it is that we think is going to be the failure, just acknowledge that we can handle like the worst case scenario. If we put that in our minds ahead of time, we're already ahead of the game.
Yeah. That's so great. There's a great term in cognitive behavioral therapy. Have you heard of this word, catastrophizing?
No, I've never heard of that.
It means that you're like inventing a catastrophe. You're just envisioning this possible catastrophe that will happen, and like, your mind is all wrapped up in this worst case scenario, and it's not a real catastrophe. It's just that you've turned something that might end up being small into a catastrophe in your mind. You've catastrophized.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before, but that is really good, because if we do that, literally we are already setting ourselves, we're setting ourselves up to make sure that we aren't fully disappointed in what's going to happen. I do want to share 2 more of our tips, but before we do that, we're going to go to a quick commercial break.
All right, pay some bills.
All right.
Oh, it's a beautiful cover. I Am Healing, 7 Secrets to Wellness and Self-Care. We need that.
So we're back. Okay, so 2 more of our tips. So our next tip is knowing the difference between ruminating and problem solving. So here's the deal.
Great one.
Yes, exactly. If we're replaying conversations in our head, or if we're imagining these catastrophic outcomes over and over again, that actually we know is not helpful, right? But the problem solving is the more helpful thing. So we have to ask ourselves whether our thinking is kind of productive. If we're actively solving a problem, such as trying to find ways to increase our chances of success, then we're going to keep working on the solutions. However, if we're wasting our time kind of ruminating and changing the channel in our brain, then basically like we're going to be sort of stuck. So we have to acknowledge that our thoughts aren't productive, and we have to get up and go and do something for a few minutes to get our brain back focused on what's more productive.
Yeah.
Because I think
the ruminating is the worst. You spin around and around and around, cycling over a conversation, trying to find the perfect thing to get someone to like do something. It never works out.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like, you know, you have all of these racing thoughts. And at the end of the day, I just was like, I had to literally stop myself. Like, PerCilla, listen, at the end of the day, I understand that these people got pardoned. Yes, you're still going to have to pay this money for this freaking 76 over doing a 76 and a 55. You're going to pay for this ticket. Okay. And yes, people have done worse that have gotten pardoned. And these people are pounding you for going to court for this ticket. But you need to focus on the solution. What are you going to do? Because if you don't pay for this ticket, you're going to go to jail. So focus more on the solutions and not so much on this other stuff. So, you know, it's helpful because, you know, now I'm less worried about, you know, what do I need to do? I focus more on, you know, the plan, which brings me to my next tip, which is creating a plan to manage the stress. So, you know, my go-to for stress is I eat. When I'm stressed the heck out, I go to the refrigerator, and I'm curbing that behavior, you know? So now what I'm doing is I'm doing more exercising. I'm trying to eat healthier. So if I am stressed, I'm going to the refrigerator. I'm trying to grab something healthy. I'm trying to do better with getting, you know, more sleep, you know, trying to go to bed a little bit earlier, which, by the way, you know, if you don't get enough sleep, you know, you literally can go seriously bat crap crazy if you don't get enough sleep. Like, literally, that would just send you your whole recovery of mental health into a serious tailspin if you don't get enough sleep. So we just have to make time to manage our stress so that we can operate more, you know, efficiently, right?
Yeah.
So,
I think that's a critical one, and David said he needs 8 hours of sleep, or he's a little off. I'm a lot off, but we and I think hopefully a meditation also is part of your way of managing stress. I mean, I know it's part of your way of managing stress, but
yes, definitely the meditation, mindfulness, drinking a lot of water, and just making sure that I don't do too much more complaining about my life and what's going on, and start speaking more gratefulness about the fact that I have other things that have come to me that are helping me through my path or helping me through my journey. Being more grateful that I have the money to get an attorney. Being more grateful that I have an attorney that's going to figure out a way to get my, you know, take away these, take away this particular charge and maybe get me a lesser charge. Just being more grateful for things versus complaining more. So I think that, you know what I'm saying, these are all ways that I can plan to manage my stress. So the next and last tip is developing healthy affirmations. Like, okay, so I have 2 phrases that I use to remind me to either take an action or calm down. The first one is make it happen. Whenever I catch myself saying something like, I hope I do okay today, I remind myself to just make it happen. Okay? And it reminds me that I'm in control of my own actions. I'm in control of my own actions. Then when I find myself thinking about something I have no control over, like, I hope it doesn't rain on Saturday, I tell myself I can handle it. Like, if it rains on Saturday, I'm going to be okay. So those kind of like quick phrases kind of help keep me in place. It kind of keeps me in check. So we have to kind of develop like a few healthy mantras. I know you're really good at developing healthy mantras. I've seen I've seen some of your work, Simon. But we have to develop healthy mantras that'll help keep us mentally strong, right?
Yeah. I think that's a beautiful one. And make it happen. I like that. That's very strong. It's very it's a real get up and go energy. It's beautiful.
Yes, 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 yes. And I saw that we had a comment. David said, I had a stressful situation this weekend, and I found myself trying to meditate in the moment and was able to resolve the issue. Yes,
Yeah.
that's good, David. That's really good. And you know, at the end of the day, that's what it's really all about. Like, I just moved into my office, and there's two parts to my office. There's a smaller part of my office, and then the bigger portion where people can actually come and we can actually have support groups and stuff like that. And as I was moving into the smaller part, I just had all of these racing thoughts about all these things that I had to do, and I started getting kind of down. And what I want to do today is I want to show you guys how I'm able to pull myself out of, a place of feeling like I'm not in control so that I can stay in control. Especially during a time when we feeling like we don't have control. So that's the kind of meditation that we're going to be doing today, is the meditation that I did in my office, where I just felt like, oh my gosh, I just have so much stuff and so many things kind of tugging on me. Like, how do I get back to a place of feeling like I'm in control? So, are you ready to do the meditation?
Yeah. Sounds fantastic.
Okay, all right. So what I do is we're not going to put any on right now, but I do kind of put on some type of either nature music, either some water or, a forest, or I put on any kind of like really soft music. And you guys can do that now. If you're watching, you can put on any kind of really soft music if you like, and just follow my prompts. But what we want to do first is just kind of get really comfortable in the seat that you're in. Kind of loosen up your body, roll your shoulders back and forward, okay? Roll your head around. Just really kind of try to get all of the kinks out and just get as comfortable as possible. Shake your hands out, wiggle your toes, move your ankle around a little bit. Just get real loosey-goosey, okay? And what we're going to do is first of all, we're going to start with the breath, because everything starts with the breath. Life starts with the breath. So we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose on 3. So on 3, 1, 2, 3, take a deep breath in. And blow it out really slow. And sit with that breath for a moment. Come back to your normal breath. And we're going to take another deep breath in through the nose. And blow it out slowly. And just remind yourself that as you're taking these deep breaths in, that you are in control of you. And as you breathe, you're going to be breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And we're going to take this last breath in on 3. 1, 2, 3, in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Really letting that breath go. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your hands and you're going to place them on your legs, on your thighs. You can have your hands facing down or up, whichever's most comfortable for you. And you're going to softly close your eyes and just going to follow my prompts. Allow yourself to hang on every word that's coming out of my mouth. And I want you to just kind of, at this moment, find your happy place. And when I say find your happy place, what I want you to do is just first sink yourself into nothingness. Nothing to think about, nothing to worry about. Only happy. I want you to think about the most happiest time of your life. Just maybe the happiest moment of your life, whatever that is. Maybe the birth of a kid,
Maybe it was purchasing a new car. Maybe it was, something really beautiful that you did for someone. Maybe it's a love that you have for self. Maybe it's a love that you have for others. I want you to find that joy, like the most joyous time you've ever felt. And I want you to capture that joy. I want you to feel that joy. Just take a moment to relax your legs, relax your feet, relax the tongue, relax your neck, relax everything. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just take a deep breath in, just finding the joy. Feel that joy. Feel the goodness and the greatness of it. And I want you to see that joy now moving from the inside of your body to the outside of your body. Allow that to move around the bottom part of your body and see that joy moving from the bottom of your feet, around your legs, around your knees, around your thighs. Just feel that joy just moving around you. The most happiest part of you. See that joy moving up your body, around your thighs, around your back as it's just moving up around your heart. Just feel that joy, that happiness. And I want you to now see that happiness and place that same happiness over everything that you have going on right now in your life. See that happiness and just see it being placed over everything going on in your life. See the happiest outcome that you can see. The happiest outcome. See the happiest turnout. The most joyful turnout in every part of your life. See this happiness just moving every part of your life. And as it's moving through every part of your life, it is also moving now around your chest. It's moving around your neck. It's giving you the voice that you need to speak up for yourself. Allow this happiness to move around your mouth, around your face, around your eyes, around your forehead, giving you clear thinking about nothing but the happiest part of you and the happiest outcome and the happiest you being developed in this very moment. I want you to see this most happiest part moving around the thing that you feel that you're losing. And I want you to see gaining. I want you to see the gain in your mind, see the gain, and see the joy behind the gain. I want you to feel the gain inside of you. Get happy, get really happy about this gain that you're seeing. See it with a smile on your face. See it coming into full intuition. See this beautiful, happy place moving above your head. And as we now come back to the present, I want you to see this beautiful thing that you have developed. And I want you to see it moving above your head and moving off into the distance as you put it out into the universe.
And now we are coming back to the present as you slowly allow yourself to let all of that go and allow the universe to work, relaxing your body. We're coming back in 5, wiggling the fingers and the toes. 4, moving the shoulders back. 3, moving the shoulders forward. 2, moving the neck left to right, front to back. And 1, open your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And that's how we stay in control of what we don't have control over.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
I feel so much better now.
Good. I'm excited because, if we put this happiness, this joy over what is going on right now in our lives, even what's going on presidentially with the Senate and the House and what's going on in our lives, my life with my ticket and my kids and my family, if I can just surround some joy around it, that's what's going to bring me up. That's what's going to make me feel better. It's what's going to raise my energy level. It's going to raise my vibrations to a higher plane, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And going into it with all these events in our country over the next couple of weeks could be a stressful time. So see that from a distance and plan accordingly. Lots of self-care, lots of time for coming back to this place.
Yes. And I want to just do a quick shout out before we leave to one of our volunteers, actually doing 2 shout outs to one of our volunteers and one of our board members. Shout out to Cleos Anderson. Happy belated birthday to Cleos Anderson. And also a shout out to Raymond Barnes. Happy belated birthday, Raymond Barnes. Both are 2 people that are really relevant to That Zen Life Wellness Foundation. And I also want to say to you guys that we are here for you. If there's something that you are struggling with, if there's something that you're needing help with, that's what we're here for. We're here to help you. We're here to give you the peer support that you need to help you get through whatever it is that you're needing to get through. And if there's some additional things that you need help with that we're not capable clinically to help with, we have the resources to help to give you in order for you to get through whatever it is that you're going through. So I want to say namaste to each and every one of you. Be well, rock on, and I am PerCilla Zeno, the Healing Partner. I'm also the author of I Am Healing, the 7 Secrets to Wellness and Self-Care, and I am signing off with my co-host, Simon Timm.
Hi, I'm Simon Timm. I'm the author of An Introduction to the Self-Salutation, How to Resolve Negative Emotions Through Mindfulness Meditation. And it's been awesome to be with you again here this Wednesday, PerCilla. Thank you so much.
It's awesome to be with you too, Simon. And we'll see you guys next week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
That Zen Life is whole health, wellness, and healing.
That Zen life is definitely recovery.
That Zen life es comunidad.
That Zen life is self-care.
needed to change my life. I didn't want to live in fear anymore. I didn't want to worry anymore. I didn't want to live in panic or anxiety anymore. I wanted to make sure that I got back to who I really was, which was I'm happy, I'm joyful, I'm peaceful, I'm loving, I'm sassy, and I'm fun. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody. I don't care who you are, what you're going through. When you are going through something and you're in the trenches of it, you feel like nobody else is going through what you're going through. And I promise you that is not true.